Well, it turns out I'm going to have to separate this into 5 parts, not 4. So this is part 4 of 5 of Journal Entry 48. Well, it got too late last night, so I'm resuming today, 09:05. I have just a bit less than an hour, so I'll try to complete what I can. I forgot to mention that when I was quite near the Beaverton Transit Center, my Wi-Fi only phone displayed 2 command line menus that did not respond to touch. I had to restart. I guess the phone got too hot too fast. So I threw away the KFC food. I asked if I could buy pizza. He said it was too hot for pizza, that I could have anything but that. So I asked for something called a beef topper or something. I thought I'd be getting something small. The guy who was in the stand had to thaw the meat or something, and said it would take about 15 minutes. So I looked for cans and had a smoke, getting drops of water on my shirt from the air conditioner while sitting on the bench against the food stand. It turned out to be the size of a plate and made of beef and melted cheese encased in some kind of deep-fried bread. I think I forgot to thank the guy who bought it for me. It was too physically not spicy hot to eat, but by the time I had traveled about a block, collecting cans the whole time, it was cool enough to eat. It was quite good. I made it to the central can return place on time. The attendee wouldn't allow me to have the cart stay inside, so I transferred all my cans and bottles to a bin and put the cart outside. I think I got $6.70 for my efforts. I decided to walk back to the Beaverton Transit Center since the traffic light gods had caused me to miss the Target mini mall on the way there, among other reasons. I think on the way back, climbing a large brick wall is when I cracked my Wi-Fi only phone screen into many pieces. Well, that's all I was able to complete last night. Let's see if we can complete this tonight. The time is 6:28 p.m. I have until about 10:06 p.m. And if I'm almost done, I'll probably finish it off during the commercial breaks on Coast to Coast AM. I forgot to mention that while I was on Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, I found a replacement for my transparent container that held my snipes and tobacco and rolly paper. It's a Nike tin, which I know from the Telltale swoosh, but I'm unable to identify it further. But that pretty much covers that trip to Beaverton. I don't recall what time I got home or what I did with the rest of the evening. Well, I don't really remember Monday. I've racked my brain a bit, and I got nothing. But looking over this entry, I see I had to go to Trader Joe's to turn in my cans, and I guess there must have been something I wanted to tell the gentle content beholder about that trip, but I can't remember. I now do remember some things about Monday. I went to Whole Foods, and there was a guy there with a broken machine, and he told me I had to go up and tell them that the machine was broken. And I decided instead to go to Trader Joe's. These days, I try not to feel good about other people's pain, but this time I felt good about the fact that that guy was probably going to have to stay down there in that hot basement at that machine waiting for eternity to come up. I also remember that I think I probably got about $6.80 for my efforts, and I also remember that I texted Lisa happy birthday and happy Labor Day and told her to tell Bob happy Labor Day and that I texted Mike to wish him a happy Labor Day. But that still seems to me to leave a bunch of time unaccounted for, and I don't know what happened to that time. I figure I must have done something else Monday, because the trip shouldn't have taken until 6 o'clock p.m., even with relaxing, smoking, and playing NetHack. But like I say, I just don't remember. Yesterday, I went to Rite Aid and got some more Trazodone, listlessly. I then went to my PO's office to talk to him about a bus pass. Besides, I was out of bus tickets. Turns out, apparently, I can't reapply for another 6 months of bus passes, which will cripple me. He says he'll try to come up with something by the next time we meet, which may be quite soon, because he only gave me a few bus tickets. I think I then went to Whole Foods to turn in my cans and bottles. The machine went down after I had put in just a few cans and bottles. I went up to tell a cashier the machine was down and asked them to please get it done fast since I was, quote, in a bit of a hurry, end of quote. A line had developed behind me for the machine. I went outside to have a smoke while they fixed the machine. When I got back down, they were completing the final touches. A fat lady in line pointed me out, saying, quote, that's the guy, end of quote, or some such. A security guard appeared to be saying something to me, but I had to take my headphones out to find out what. Quote, were you saying something to me? End of quote. Quote, yes. We asked if you were saying something nasty to the customers, end of quote. Never mind that I am also a customer. I said, quote, no, end of quote. And after a slight hesitation, quote, absolutely not, end of quote. I hadn't said a blessed thing to anyone in that line with me. The security guard replied, quote, good, end of quote, and that was the end of it. I had planned when I got home to spend some time writing in this journal before 4 o'clock p.m., when I had something else planned. But soon after I got home, the cleaning lady, or janitor lady, not sure which to call her, knocked on my door. It turned out she had a huge bunch of bottles and cans she wanted to make sure I got. She said they were from a neighbor. Emptying and shaking out all those cans took a long time. The janitor lady asked if I wanted a trash bag, and I mistakenly said no. By the time I got done shaking out all the cans, it was pretty near 4, so I didn't get the chance to work on this journal then. At 4 o'clock, my plan was to try to get out to 82nd and Foster, where Scott had said the class on Gnosticism was. I decided to take the Max out to 82nd rather than take the 14, since I don't know where to catch the 14 on the west side, which he was going to show me last week, if you can remember that far back this entry. When I got to 82nd, my next task was to find out which direction Foster was and how far, so I began asking people which direction Foster was. End of section 4.